Alright guys, welcome back to Mr. Upholstery. My name is Paul. Today we're going to be putting on some metal siding, trim, stuff like that. That's going to be the show. But before we get started, as you're self-building, you're going to come to a point where you need equipment, like this lift behind me. I do own some of my own, but there are pieces that I don't, and I've been using big rents for the last few years. So I just wanted to let you guys know it's a really easy way to rent equipment anywhere in the country. I know some of you are probably in areas where there's not a lot of rental around. They have a website, or you can call, tell them what you want, and usually you have your piece of equipment within a day or two. So what they have is a network of rental companies across the country. So this is nationwide, and so they'll find the piece of equipment that you want, get it there, and they manage all the pickup, all that stuff. So it's quick and easy. So just keep that in mind when you're self-building and you need something to rent, or if you're running a business like me and you need a piece of equipment you don't have. This is a nice, easy way to get a quality piece of equipment to get your job done. So the purpose of this lift right here, this is an articulating lift. So I have a scissor lift which goes straight up, but whenever I have like tie-in buildings that are smaller than my main structure, or a porch roof, I can't usually reach where I need to with my lift. So I'll rent these articulating lifts, which we're going to use it today to put on some snow bars. We're going to use it to get our gable metal up and some other trims at the corners, just where we can't get up over the porch, where we can't get up over the garage roof. So that's what we're using it for. So let's go ahead and jump into the show. Alright guys, so all of the rest of the steel has arrived. We've kind of got some piles going here. That's the tedious part of this, is separating it. You can see the longest pieces will be on the bottom, and then you'll have all these shorter pieces. So you have to unpack it all, move it all around. It can be quite time consuming, but it's just one of those things that you have to do. Something you need an extra person to do. Doing it by yourself is kind of next to impossible on some of the longer pieces. But we've got that done, and we'll take you up here to the house to show you what we're starting with. We got this sidewall and end wall steel piled up here. We're going to line it up at the bottom, and then we'll punch all of our screw holes. Then when we put it up there, it goes nice and quick. So all of our post frame home builds, we always break this end gable up. So from there to there, we'll have a linear break. It adds a lot of curb appeal, in my opinion, and it makes life a lot easier dealing with smaller pieces. plus 15, it's gonna be 30 and a quarter. So this is a 5/12 roof pitch. So every 12 inches of run, we have 5 inches of rise. So these panels cover 36 inches. So 3 times 5 is 15. So that's gonna be my starting. This will be my ending. And then the next one should be 30 and a quarter to 45 and a quarter. And then before I actually cut this, I'll ask Jake, say, hey, are we still good? And he'll tell me if we're good or if I need to add or maybe take away an 1/8. There can be a touch of variance, but we want these as tight as we can. So this is our starting rib. So this rib will overlap the siphon rib, which is this right here. And since this covers 36 inches, our starting is 15 and a quarter. So we mark 15 and a quarter out here at the edge. And then we only want to cover, these panels are actually 38 inches wide, so if we marked at the other edge, we'd end up getting off. So I'll show you where 36 inches ends. It ends right here, so that's where my mark goes, right in this rib right here. So that was 15 and a quarter, 30 and a quarter, and then we will be accurate. Just starting on the edge of that.
Let's go down a little bit, Cat. Yep.
Yeah, Jake, you need to go over it, and the right end is going first.
Have to tip it in like this.
Okay.
Oh, that way.
Get your eye in there. Steady, Jake. There. Not talk to me, I can't see.
And go left.
You need to go back to the left, Jake?
Yep.
Or,
Here.
you're in?
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Alright guys, we got this whole side done. We got the steel over to where we can get it from the lift now. Trying to get all this roof stuff wrapped up because it just keeps snowing and freezing and it's nasty. So we're overlapping our sidewall trim here. And what I do is like a 1/2 inch bend over and then just slide that on there. And my ridge cap's going to actually come up over this anyway, but it makes it look nice. Alright, I'm getting my W-valley in here. So what I'll do is I'll get it so it's right in the center at the top and the bottom. Then I'll measure from here to this point. Transfer that measurement all the way across. Then I can cut this, do a 1 inch bend up, slide it up, and then that'll be straight along the edge. Put my outside closure in. It seals this between the steel and the sidewall trim. So this trim goes up behind that steel and then out and over, and then we just put this closure strip in there, and that keeps rain and snow and ice from getting up in there. right, so that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. We will put the cost of all of the metal we used here. We have 2 videos left for the structure. We're gonna have Rosetta Stone on the next video, and then we will do a full time lapse of the structure covering all of the costs and all of the labor costs as well. So make sure you stay tuned. As always, we appreciate you watching. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next video.